Namaste. So we'll start the class. Gurureva gatihi gurumeva bhaje gurunaiva sahasmi namo gurave na gurof paramam shishurasmi guroho matirasti gurau mama pahi guro Saraswati namastestu veena pustakadharini hamsavahanamaarudhe vidyadanam kurushvame. So we were doing the karmadharaya samasa in the last class. So we'll continue. So I think we saw the first three types of karmadharaya. So karmadharaya samasaha saptavidaha. So it is of 7 types. 1 second. Okay. So Vishana-purvapada karmadharayah, Vishana-uttarapada karmadharayah, Vishana-ubhayapada karmadharayah, Upamana-purvapada karmadharayah, Upamana-uttarapada karmadharayah, Sambhavana-purvapada karmadharayah, Avadharana-purvapada karmadharayah. So vastutah navapravedaha santi, but we are only studying the first 7 out of it. So we have been seeing the Visheshana. We saw the first 3 basically, the Purvapada, Visheshana-uttarapada and Visheshana-ubhayapada. So we'll just take a look once more. So Purvapadam Visheshanam bhavati. Example, Neelam Utpalam. So Neelotpalam. Pumbad bhavaha. So we saw if the Visheshana is a Strilinga pada, then in the Samasta pada it is heard as a Pullinga Shabda. So you will not hear that Dirga, say Katina Shila will be Katina Shila. Right? So Pumbad bhava happens in Karmadharaya. So Rakta Manjari becomes Rakta Manjari. So you don't hear Rakta, but you hear Rakta. And we also saw Samase Mahat ityasya sthane Maha bhavati. So we saw a lot of words. Maharaja, okay. Mahati Seva. So Mahan Raja, Maharaja, Maharajaha. Mahati Seva, Mahaseva. So Mahati or whatever, Mahat or Mahan. So Pullinga, Strilinga and Napumsakalinga Rupam of this Mahat Shabda, when they come as a Purva Pada, in the Samasta Pada you hear Maha. Okay, so we don't hear Mahati or Mahat or Mahan then with the Nakara, the Pullinga form. We only hear, you don't hear the Mahat, the Pratipadika form, sorry. You hear the Maharupa, Mahaseva. Then the next one, Visheshana Uttarapadam. So the Uttarapadam will be a Visheshana. So Ninda and Jugupsa. So we saw that whenever Visheshana is at the as a Uttarapada, most of the words they express some contempt or it is like censuring someone. So we saw example Sarpadushtaha. So when we say Sarpadushtaha, so we are expressing contempt about a person who is a wicked person. Same way Vayyakarana Kasuchihi. So we saw this example. So when the Kasuchi pada is a Purva pada, it is like a person who has forgotten grammar. Whereas if it is a Uttara pada, it is like again you're feeling showing your expressing your contempt. So Vayyakarana Kasuchi ityukte, he looks at the sky when you ask some questions related to Vyakarana. So some Ninda is expressed by these words when the Uttarapada is a Visheshana. Then third one, Visheshana Ubhayapada Karmadharaya. So Purvapadam, Uttarapadam, both of them are Visheshana. Say Likitam Patitam. So Likitha Patitam. So Likitha Patitam Pustakam. Taptam Sheetam. So you have 2 Visheshana, both Purvapada and Uttarapada. And Tapta Sheetam Kshiram. That which is the milk which is hot and boiled and cooled. So till this is where we stopped. So the next one, the next 3 types say Upamana. So Upamana-purvapadam, Upamana-uttarapadam. So we will just learn what is Upama. So Upama, so in English we call it as a simile, right? So here we see Sri Ramasya mukham katham asti. So how is the face of Sri Rama? So basically we are going to compare 2 different things. Okay, so the standard of comparison for here. So upameya. So this is mukha. Sri Rama's mukha is the upameya. Upameya means that object which is going to be compared. Varnyamanam vastu. Okay, so the vastu or the thing that you are going to compare with something else. So that will be the upameyaha. Then upamanam is here Chandra. So here basically we are comparing the face of Rama with that of Chandra. So yena saha tulana kriyate. With what you compare, that will be the upamanam. So here in this case Chandraha is the upamanam. So the mukham is the upameyaha, Chandraha is the upamanam. And so what is that I am going to compare? Do I say that his face is as round as the moon, or should I say his face is blemishless like the moon, or what is that thing that you are going to compare? That is called the sadharana dharma or the samana dharma. Okay, so samana dharmaha ityukte, what is that thing which you are using as a for comparison? So here we take the saundaryam. Okay, so the beauty, the saundarya of his mukha is compared. So you take a padartha which is more beautiful and you compare something. Normally we compare the face with moon, right? So as beautiful as the moon, we say in English, right? So same way, the saundaryam. So basically these three things are important. So one is the upameya, that which you are going to compare. Upamana, which is a standard of comparison, with what you are going to compare the upameya. And what is that dharma that you are comparing? Are you comparing the roundness of the face, or are you comparing the beauty, right? So what is it that we are comparing? That dharma is the samana dharma athava sadharana dharma, we also say. So that is the saundaryam. In this case it is saundaryam. And when I express this upamanu, I will use a word like say iva, which is a sadrishya bodhakaha shabdaha. So you need a sadrishya bodhaka vachaka. Okay, so iva. So I will say mukham chandraha iva. Okay, so mukham chandraha iva. So the face like that of a moon. Okay, so this is upama. Upama basically simile. So most of the shlokas you might have, or the granthas, the kavyas, we will see a lot of upama. So something is compared to something, and you will see the so you can form a samastapada in such case. So when you have some object compared to some other object with some sadharana dharma, there should be a sadharana dharma. So that will give the artha of that samastapada finally. So here, so we see the Upamana-purvapada, karmadharaya samasa. So here we will have the purvapadam will be a upamana vachaka. So upamanam is that we saw, it is that Chandra, right? So that which is the standard of comparison, that is upamanam. That will be the purvapadam. Uttarapadam is a visheshana which denotes the quality that is being compared, the sadharana dharma. Okay, so visheshanam, or by visheshanam we mean the sadharana dharma here. So uttarapadam will be that sadharana dharma, and purvapadam will be the upamana. So from the name of the samasa, it is easy to identify when you say Upamana-purvapada. So purvapada is going to be a upamana vachaka. Example, meghaha iva shyamaha. So meghaha iva shyamaha, something which is as black as the megha. So megha is that which is the object of comparison. So you are comparing something with the megha, and the dharma is the blackness of that. Okay, so we say as black as the cloud, right? So megha shyamaha. Draksha iva madhura. So you compare something with the draksha. Okay, so draksha is taken as a standard of comparison, and what is that you are comparing? The sweetness. The sweetness. Okay, so sweetness of some vastu is like that of the draksha palam. So draksha madhura, so sweet like the grape. Marakatam iva shyama. So marakata shyama, so green like the emerald. Shila iva katinam. So here we have given example manaha. So you take the manas, which is as hard as a stone. So when you say as hard as a stone, the first word purvapadam is the stone, so which is taken as a standard of comparison, the upamana vachaka, and the dharma is katinata. So what are you comparing between the manas and the shila? It is a katinata. So shila katinam iti samastapadam. Himam iva sheetalam. So as cold as hima, hima is ice or snow. So himashitalam, himashitalam payohimam. So you can say the ice cream which is as cold as ice. Okay, so then gaganam iva vishalam. So again manaha, you can take manaha. So the manas is very broad, broad-minded we say, right? So broad as the sky. Gaganam iva vishalam. So purvapadam is upamana-vachaka. Uttarapadam will be the dharma, that which you compare, the dharma which you compare between two vastu. So this is Upamana-purvapada. Just a minute. Okay. The next one, Upamana-uttarapada karmadharaya. So here the Upama-vachaka. Purvapadam is a Upameya. Okay, so Purvapada is going to be the vastu which you are going to compare. The object that is going to be compared, that is the Purvapada. Uttarapadam, as the name suggests, Upamana-uttarapada karmadharaya. You have the Upamana-vachaka will be the Uttarapada. So we say Ramaha Chandraha Iva. So here Rama is that which is compared, the Upameya. So that vastu which we are going to compare. And Chandra is that object with which we compare, the Upamana-vachaka. So Ramaha Chandraha Iva. So we say Ramachandraha. So Rama, who is like the moon, or the moon like Rama. Naraha Simhaha Iva. So we say Narasimhaha, a man who is like a lion. Okay. Raja Simhaha Iva. Say Raja Simhaha, a king who is like a lion. So here if you see, observe, it is a Purvapada, that is the Pradhana Artha, right? It is not, though it is a variety or type of Tatpurusha, it is not a Uttarapadartha Pradhana here. So it is Purva Padartha Pradhana. So because we are talking about Naraha, who is like a Simha. We are talking about the Raja, who is like a Simha. So Raja Simhaha means a Raja. You are talking basically about the Raja. So that will be the Pradhana Padartha. Govindaha Simhaha Iva. Govinda Simhaha. So Govinda, who is like a lion. So here we are not talking about the dharma. The dharma is understood. So probably by bravery. Bravery should be the dharma that we are comparing between the Simha and the Govinda. So in the previous Upamana-purvapada, you saw the dharma was there in the Vigraha Vakyam, right? So it was only the Upamana and the dharma. Here it is the Upameya and the Upamana. Arjunaha Simhaha Iva. Arjuna Simhaha. So Arjuna, who is like a lion. Charanaha Aravindam Iva. So the feet or the foot. Aravindam Iva, like a lotus. So Charana Aravindam. So Charana Aravindam here refers to basically the Charana, which is like a lotus. Karaha Kisalayaha Iva. So Kara, the hand, which is as delicate, like a Kisalaya is a very a tender shoot, right? So sprout like hand, which is very, very delicate. So Mukham Padmam Iva. So Mukha Padmam. So that face which is like a lotus. So lotus like face. So again Pradhana Padartha is the Mukha. Mukham Chandraha Iva. Mukha Chandraha. So a moon like face. Okay, a face which is like a Chandra. Bahuhu Dandaha Iva. So Bahu, the hand, which is like a danda, a stick or a rod. So the meaning of the second word does not get the significance. Okay, so here it is not Uttara Padartha Pradhana, it is the Purva Padartha is the Pradhana Padartha. Okay, so this is Upamana-uttarapada. The next one is Sambhavana-purvapada karmadharayaha. So this is little bit easier. So Purvapadam will be a Sanyavachakam Padam. Okay, it will be a proper noun. Okay, and your Uttarapada is going to be a Jati Vachaka Padam. So a common noun. Say there is a class, and in that class you are identifying one particular category or a thing. So we see example, Raghuvamshaha iti kavyam. So kavyam is like a class. Okay, so there are a lot of kavyas. Among them you are talking about Raghuvamsha. Okay, so Raghuvamsha kavyam. The kavya by name Raghuvamsha athava Raghuvamsha kavya. So you have a particular thing from a class, okay, or a group of say some group, you are identifying one particular class, or it could be from a class one particular thing. Mathura iti Puri. So lot of cities are there. Among them you are talking about Mathura. Mathura iti Puri, Mathura Puri. So we have the iti in between the class, both the nouns, the proper noun and the common noun. So the iti is removed and you add the pratipadika rupa of both the words and you come up with the samasta padam. Mathura Puri. Ashwathaha iti vrikshaha. So vriksha is again, there are a lot of vrikshas, different kinds of vrikshas. Among them you are talking about one particular class or category. Ashwathaha. So Ashwatha vrikshaha, the people tree. Europaha iti deshaha. So there are a lot of deshas. You are talking about the particular Europa deshaha, the Europe country. Yamuna iti nadi, Yamuna nadi. Same way Ganga iti nadi, whatever. So nadi is a class. In that you are identifying particular sanyavachaka. Yamuna. Yamuna nadi, the river Yamuna. Himavan iti parvataha. So Himavan is Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam, Pratipadika is Himavat. So Himavat Parvataha. Himavat Parvataha, the mountain Himavat. Prayagaha iti Kshetram. So Prayaga Kshetram. The Kshetra called Prayaga. Lanka iti Dvipaha. So the island, among the islands you are talking about Lanka. Lanka iti Dvipaha, Lanka Dvipaha. So just simply remove iti and add the two pratipadika forms. So this is all about Sambhavana-purvapada. So Sambhavana-purvapada, there will be a jati vachaka. Among that jati, you are talking about some particular class or some individual. It could be anything. That is Sambhavana-purvapada karmadharaya. Avadharana-purvapada karmadharaya. The last type that we will be seeing in the karmadharaya types is the Avadharana-purvapada karmadharaya. Upamanasya upameyasya cha madhye avadharanarte yeva shabdasya prayogaha. Again, so this, there is a comparison here again, just like your Upamana-purvapada and Upamana-uttarapada. So we make a comparison between two. Okay, so there you use the word eva. Okay, eva is always used for avadharanam. So ahameva mata, I am the mother. So mama saha mama eva putraha. Okay, so saying that emphasis, he is my son. Okay, so you use eva for avadharanam, for emphasizing something. So this is called metaphor. So upama is referred to as simile. So where in the case of upama, say take Rama's face and Chandra, they are still two different entities and you create an explicit comparison, right? So you're simply comparing the face with that of that moon in terms of the saundarya or the shape, right? Whatever it is, there is a sadharana dharma and we are saying this is like this. So as hard as a diamond or as black as coal, right? Here this is a metaphor in the sense we have an implicit comparison saying this is this. So this thing is this thing. So there is no difference now. So there was a Beda. So when you have Rama and the Rama's face and the moon, you are still showing the Beda. Mukham Chandraha Iva, saying it is like the Chandra. So there is a Beda. But here you are bringing in a Abheda. You say Mukhameva Chandraha. That Mukha is Chandra. So you are bringing in the Abheda. That is metaphor, the Avadharana-purvapada karmadharaya. The meaning is that. So Ramaha eva Chandraha. So we also saw Ramaha Chandraha iva. Okay, in the Upamana-uttarapada karmadharaya. So there we say Rama who is like the Chandra. Here we say Ramaha eva Chandraha. Rama who is the moon himself. Okay, so we are not having any beda between Rama and moon now. What we mean is he is the moon, he is the Chandra. Mukhameva Chandraha. So Mukha-chandraha, you say the face is, that itself is the moon. So there is no comparison as such. It is this. See, face, that is the moon. Charanaha eva kamalam, charana kamalam. So the charana, the feet, eva kamalam, that itself is the lotus. So foot, that is the lotus. Now, so we have, so when you see a word Ramachandra, so normally in shlokas, if you see Ramachandra, you have to see the commentary, what it says. So whether it is saying Ramaha eva Chandraha athava Ramaha Chandraha iva. Okay, so that you should know from the whatever artha is meant there. Are we saying that he is only the moon, or do we say that his face resembles the moon? Okay, so that is the difference. So Ramaha Chandraha iva, when you say, it's Upamana-purvapada karmadharaya. So you have the iva. So iva is the sadrishya bodhaka vachaka. So upamana upameyoho madhye bhedaha varnyate. So with this iva we are showing a beda. This is like this. Okay, so there is a beda. This figure of speech is called upama. So we call this as simile or upama, where we say as beautiful as something, so as black as cloud, right? So this comparison, this is called as upama. So charana kamalam namami. When I say aham charana kamalam namami, charanam kamalam iva is the vigraha there. Why? Because I will offer my salutations to charana, not to the kamala. Right? So charanam kamalam iva. So there, here we are comparing, saying the charana is like a kamala. Why? Because the namana kriya is for the charana. Okay, we will not be falling at the feet of a lotus, right? So somebody else's feet. So charanam kamalam iva. So in the other case, when you say Ramaha eva Chandraha, so that is the Avadharana-purvapada karmadharaya. So where we mean there is abeda. Upamana upameyoho madhye abhedaha. So Rama itself is the Chandra. So we use the word eva for emphasizing. So this figure of speech is called as rupaka. So in Samskrita, when you read alankara later, you will upama-alankaram, rupaka-alankaram, all that you will learn. So these are types of figures of speech. So one is like comparing, and there is an explicit comparison. This rupaka is called as a metaphor, where you have an implicit comparison saying this object is this object only. So here when I say charana kamale bhramaraha asmi, so when I say charana kamale bhramaraha asmi, so a bhramara is a honeybee, right? A bee that will not go around the charana simply. Only if that charana itself is a lotus. The Brahmara can only go buzz around a lotus. So atra vigraha charanameva kamalam. So that foot itself is the kamala. So the bees go and buzz around the charana. Okay. So you should understand from the Sapastapada, we should try to understand whether there is an emphasis, whether we try to say that this is this, or we are doing simply a comparison saying this is as beautiful as this, or this is like this. So this eva is the word which we use when we use the Upamana-uttarapada karmadharaya or Upamana-purvapada, wherever we have this eva, when we show comparison. When you say eva, so you are emphasizing. Okay, so there is an emphasis saying this object is this object. So charanameva kamalam. Charana kamale bhramaraha asmi. So that charana itself is kamala, and that is why the bees go around buzzing the kamalam, because bees don't buzz around the feet. Bees will only go around, buzz around the kamala. So we say charanam eva kamalam, charana kamalam. Okay, so this is that difference between the Upamana Purvapada, Uttarapada, where we compare two things, and this Avadharana-purvapada, where we just place an emphasis saying this is this. The dharma is totally, we do an implicit comparison saying this is this. There is a abeda in this case. So that should be understood. So especially shlokas, you have to go look into the commentary and try to find out what is the vigraha, whether it is avadharanam or whether it is a just a comparison between the upama and the upameya. Upamana and upameya. Okay. 1 second. So Sriram has raised his hand. Yes, Sriram. You can unmute yourself.
Darya?
Yes. Shruyate. Vadu.
I have a doubt. Is ahameva param tattvam, that sentence Avadharana-purvapada karmadharaya?
Where ma? Ahameva?
Ahameva param tattvam. It comes in the 6 words of Auntie Varadha.
Okay. Where is the samasta pada? See, wherever you see eva, you should not say there is a samasta pada, no? So, you should have a samasta
Oh,
padam,
just
no?
a sandhi? It's just a sandhi actually.
There is no sandhi. Aham eva. Where is the sandhi there? That is sentence. It is just a sentence saying I am the only Tirtha, that I am the only tattva. That's all.
Dhanyavad.
Paramam tattvam, paramatattvam, or whatever you said, that last word could be a samasta pada, but aham and eva, there is no samasa there. So you have eva, okay, so you have to see if there is a samasta pada, meaning you can't simply club words with eva and come up with the samasta pada. If there are Veda Vakyas or if there are Vakyas from the Grantha, try to find out if there is any samasta pada used there. If it is simply a sentence, then it is a sentence. Astu. Okay, so then we'll continue with Avadharana-purvapada. So there is one shloka given in your pustaka. So Valmiki Giri Sambhuta Ramasagara Gamini Punati Bhuvanam Punya Ramayana Mahanadi. So this shloka is from Sri Ramayana. It's a Prarthana shloka. So here if you see Ramayana Mahanadi Bhuvanam Punati. So there is a Mahanadi that sanctifies or purifies. Punati means purifies the Bhuvana, the world. So Ramayana Mahanadi Bhuvanam Punati. So it has got 3 adjectives. Kidrishi Mahanadi, Valmiki Giri Sambhuta, Ramasagara Gamini, Punya. So these 3 are adjectives, okay, that is describing this Mahanadi. Now these are the samasta pada. Valmiki Giri Sambhuta iti ekam samastapadam, Ramasagara Gamini iti ekam samastapadam, and Ramayana Mahanadi is also a samastapada. So we will see the vigraha now first, Anvaya first. So Valmiki Giri Sambhuta Ramasagara Gamini Punya Ramayana Mahanadi Bhuvanam Punati. So the meaning of the shloka, Valmiki Giri Sambhuta means that which has originated from the mountain Valmiki. This is the artha given for that shloka. Ramasagara Gamini. So that Mahanadi which flows or which goes towards the Ramasagara, the ocean Rama, and Punya. Punya is that which is very pure. So the huge river Ramayana, Ramayana Mahanadi, right? The huge river Ramayana is Ramayana Mahanadi, which emerges from the mountain Valmiki, Valmiki Giri Sambhuta. Then flows towards the ocean Rama, Ramasagara Gamini, Punya, and is pure, Bhuvanam Punati, sanctifies the world. Now if you see, this is not just a comparison, it is just that Valmiki, the huge river Ramayana, which means the river itself is Ramayana, right? And mountain is Valmiki and that ocean is Rama. Okay, so in this shloka, so everywhere we see the Avadharana-purvapada karmadharaya samasa. So Valmiki Giri Sambhuta. So how do you say? Valmiki eva girihi. So he is the Giri himself. Valmiki Girehe Sambhuta. Okay, so then you have the Panchami Tatpurusha, that which is originated from the Valmiki Giri, which is Valmiki Giri Sambhuta. Ramasagara Gamini, Ramaha eva Sagaraha. Okay, so Ramaha eva Sagaraha, Ramasagaraha. Ramasagaram Gamini. So Gamini ityukte Gachanti. So Gachanti Shatru pratyaya on Gam dhatu. So that which goes to Ramasagara. So Ramasagaram Gamini tatra dvitiya tatpurusha. So the Avadharanam is given in the first line. Ramaha eva Sagaraha. He is himself the Sagara. And Ramasagaram Gamini, that which goes to the ocean Rama. Then Ramayana Mahanadi, Ramayanameva Mahanadi. It is Ramayana Mahanadi. Okay, so the Ramayana itself is compared to a Mahanadi. That itself is the Mahanadi. So here we are not making the Iva kind of comparison. Okay, so it should be understood from the shlokartha, whatever the author intends to say. Okay, so that will be given out by the samasta pada, and we should try to understand whether they are trying to give a avadharana artha there, or if it is just a upama comparison, like say Valmikihi Girihi Iva. If you put it that way, it gives a totally different meaning, right? So here it is avadharana Valmikihi eva Girihi, and from that this Mahanadi has come. Ramayana has come from Mahanadi, Valmiki, right? So Ramayana has come from Valmiki, Nadi has come from the mountain. Okay, so now we are comparing, saying that Nadi is nothing but the Ramayanam, and that mountain is no one other than Valmiki himself, and it has come here. And that which runs to the ocean, the Nadi normally goes and it empties into the ocean. Here that Nadi which is Ramayanam goes to Rama, is offered to Rama. Okay, so that is Artha. So from the Pada we should try to understand based on the meaning that it brings out. You should try to know what is the meaning that that Pada gives. Only if you know the meaning, then you will be able to give the right Vigraha Vakyam. Okay, fine. So this shloka is quoted in your pustaka. So with this the categories of karmadharaya is done. So the first three about Visheshana, Visheshanam being a Purvapadam, Uttarapadam, and Visheshanam being the Ubhayapada. And then we have the Upama, the comparison. So Upama can be the Purvapada, right, or the Uttarapada. We saw two cases, and then we saw the Sambhavana-purvapadam, where there is a class or a jati vachaka, and you're talking about one particular sanya out of this jati, that is Sambhavana-purvapada. And the final one is the Avadharana-purvapada, where there is a Purvapada is what is finally, we are there is a Eva Shabda in between. So Ramaha or Valmiki Eva Girihi. So there we are saying the second object is nothing but the first one, Purvapadam. Okay, so we are again it is a metaphor where we bring in an implicit comparison, saying this object is this. Okay, so these are the 7 types of karmadharaya. So we will see the Abhyasa that is given. Okay, Saramsha. So Visheshana Purvapada, Neela Meghaha, Neelam is that Visheshana Padam. Visheshya Purvapada, okay, or Visheshana Uttarapada. Sorry, it's written wrongly here. I mean Visheshana Uttarapada or Visheshya Purvapada. Okay, so Vayyakarana Kasuchihi. Visheshana Ubhayapada, Visheshanobhayapadaha. Shitoshnam, so 2 Visheshanas. Upamana-purvapada, Meghashyamaha. So Upamana Vachaka is Megha, that will be the Purvapada, and the Sadharana Dharma is the Shyamatva. Upamana-uttarapada, Narabhyagraha. So here again in Narabhyagra, the Purvapadam gets the Pradhana, it is the Pradhana Artha, that gives the predominant Artha, okay, not the Uttarapada. Then we have Sambhavana-purvapada, Amra Vrikshaha. So Vriksha is a common category, out of which you are talking only about the Amra category. Avadharana-purvapada, Vidyadhanam. So Vidyadhanam, Vidya eva dhanam. So Vidya is only the dhana. Okay, that is Vidyadhanam. Okay, so these are the 7 types that is given in the Pustaka. Then Abhyasa, we have some questions in the Abhyasa. So from these sentences, we should try to find out or identify if there are any samasta padas. We should try to break them down. Or if you can say, make a samasa out of the padas in this statement. So both kind of exercises are covered in these 15 sentences. So we'll just go through. You can raise your hands if you want to try. Sampurnam Bhagini. You can just read the sentence.
Namaskar Bhagini.
Meaning. Yes. Namaskara.
Shishirato Ushno Udakena Snatum Ichamaha.
First,
using hot water, want to bath.
Kada?
That
Shishirartau.
We used to say that panikalam solvangalla.
Winter. Yes. Okay.
So here it is Ushna Ushno udakena.
That is a Samastapadam, correct?
Samastapadam. Ushnam Visheshnapadam. Udakam water is the Visheshna
Visheshya. Correct.
Uttarapada karmadharaya. So Ushna Udakam Ushna Udakena. Ushno Udakena. When doing the Sandhi, Ushno Udakena.
No, wait. Correct. How do you say the Vigraha? Vigraha Vakyam.
Ushnaha.
Udakam is an Napumsakalinga.
Ushnam Udakam Tena.
Yeah. Ushnam Udakam Ushnodakam. Then you say Tena. Okay.
Tena.
Any other Samastapadas here?
Oh. Any other Astiva? Ushna Udakena. Shishiratawa. Oh. Shishihi, I thought that is Sandhi Bhagni. Now, Shishirat.
There are two words now, Shishira and Ritu.
For Ritu, that is season. Then okay. Shishi Ritu. Ritu is again Shishi is the Visheshanam. Ritu is the Visheshyam.
Yes, you can Visheshana Visheshya, athava you can even say this Sambhavana Shishiraha iti Rituhu. Shishirartuhu. So
Shishireva Rituha.
Shishiraha iti padam.
Oh, Shishiraha iti Rituhu, Shishirrutuhu. Astu.
Shishirartuhu. Shishirartuhu. Ha. So tasmin. Ha. Okay, so then you can say Ritu is a Jati Vachaka, out of which Shishira is one type.
Shishira
Right? So
Shishirrutuhu. Then it is in Sabdami, so we are using Tasmin.
Yes. And then Ushnam, Udakam, Ushnodakam, Tena, as you said, it is Visheshana Purvapada Karmadharaya Samasa.
Astu. Dhanyavadaha Bhagini.
Dhanyavadaha. Okay, the next one.
Namaskara Bhagini.
Namaste.
Mathura iti nagara. Mathura iti nagaram.
First read the sentence, tell the meaning, and then you can go for the Samastapada.
Mathura nagare. Loka Tamil Mahasabha Prachalat. Mathura iti sorry.
Just try. Mathura, in the city of Mathura.
In the city of Mathura, the World Tamil Mahasabha conference took place.
Yes, correct. Right. So,
Mathura iti nagaram. Mathura iti nagaram tena.
Tena is Tritiya, no?
Tasmin.
Tasmin Mathura iti nagaram, Mathura nagaram, Tasmin Mathura nagare. Correct.
Tasmin. Loka.
This is a big Samastapada. So come from the right side. Loka Tamila Mahasabha. So come from the Mahasabha. How do we say Mahasabha? Is it a Samastapadam?
Mahati Sabha Mahasabha.
Mahati Sabha. Sabha is Strilinga Pada.
Mahati Sabha
Mahasabha. Correct. Mahati Sabha Mahasabha. Then now Tamil and Mahasabha. How do you link Tamil and Mahasabha?
Tamil iti Mahasabha.
Then that Sabha's name will be like Tamil, right? So it is not Sambhavana. It is, say we say Shashti Tatpusha. Tamilasya atava Tamilana Mahasabha. Assembly of Tamilians. Assembly of Tamilians, we say Tamilana Mahasabha, Tamila Mahasabha. Okay. Then we have this Loka Tamila Mahasabha. So Tamila Mahasabha and Loka, you should bring the relation there. So it's a Mahasabha or a Tamil Mahasabha which is at the level of the world level conference iti. So this you will not know because we have not done the Adhyayanam. Lokastariya Tamila Mahasabha. So Lokastariya Tamila Mahasabha will be Loka Tamila Mahasabha. So this is called Madhyama Padalopi Karmadharaya. So this is the 8th category which is not given in the Pustaka. So Madhyama Padalopi Ityukte, so we will have say Shaka Parthivaha. There is a Samastapada, Shaka Parthivaha. So what does that mean? Is Shaka Priyaha Parthivaha, Shaka Parthivaha. So sometimes we do remove one pada from the middle. Okay, so when we say Shriya Sahitaha Ramaha, Shri Ramaha. Okay, so Shri Rama is a Samastapadam which is having the Vigraha Vakya, Shriya Sahitaha Ramaha. So Shriya Sahita Ramaha, we remove that Sahita Pada, we make it as Shri Rama. So this is called a Madhyama Pada Lopi. Madhyama Pada is deleted. Okay, the Madhyama Pada is deleted. So here we have Lokastariya, means it is in the Sthara of Loka, a world level. Okay, so it means world level. So Lokastariya Tamil Mahasabha. So we remove that Sthara Pada and it becomes Loka Tamil Mahasabha. So this Karmadharaya is not covered in the Pustaka, but still it's good to know that there is such a Samasa. So you will have more than, 3 padas, kind of 3 padas or 2 padas from which the Purva Pada, in case if that itself is a Samasta Pada, you might remove one word from that and make a Samasa. Okay, so Madhyama Pada will be deleted in such cases. Okay, so this is one, yes. Dhanyavada Bhagini. Okay. So anyway, 1 or 2 only have this Madhyama Pada Lopi. Other examples have those samasas which you have already studied. Prema Bhagini, the next.
Namaste Bhagini.
Okay. So you can read this.
Drishtanashta Vidyut Netre Pedayati. Drishtanashta is the Samastapadam.
Correct.
Vidyut
is, first tell the meaning of the sentence. So it is already there, but you can try. So Vidyut is electricity.
Netre Pedayati affects both the eyes.
Eyes, okay.
So Nashta is we lose the eyesight. Drishta, by seeing the lightning, both eyes are lost or they are made to suffer.
So this Drishta Nashta applies for Vidyut. So that which comes and goes, no? So Drishta means you can see that. When it is Nashta, you can't see it. That lightning you see or you don't see. That appears and disappears. That is Drishta Nashta. Because Vidyut is Strilingam. You can say without cha also. It is okay.
Drishtam, Nashtam, Vidyut.
When you say the Vigraha, so Drishtam Nashtam, if you say Drishta Nashtam should be the Samastapada. So we say the Vigraha, we say the Samastapada. That's all. Right? So Vidyut will not come when you give the Vigraha Vakya. You don't have to mention Vidyut. Okay? So here it is what?
Nattacha, Tat Vidyut.
No, Tat is not necessary. No. Simply Drishta Nashta. So it is a, here you can say otherwise Drishtaha Nashtaha, Drishta Nashtaha. Then you can say Sa. When you say Sa, it means you are going for a Strilinga Pada. So here Vidyut is in Pratama Vibhakti. Right? So you can either say Drishtaha Nashtaha, Drishta Nashtaha, Sa. That is one way. Or simply say Drishta Nashta, Drishta Nashta. So Visheshana Ubhaya Pada, you don't have to use Cha and all that. So Shitam Ushnam, Shitoshnam.
Vidyut is Strilinga.
Vidyut is Strilinga Pada. Correct. Okay, so that is why we have Drishta Nashta. Otherwise it could have been, if it's a Pullinga Pada, you will have Drishta Nashtaha. We can keep it simple. The Vigraha Vakyam can be kept simple, Prathama and masculine also you can keep if necessary. So Drishtaha Nashtaha, Drishta Nashtaha, then you can say Sa. Or otherwise this is straight, so you can say Drishta Nashta, Drishta Nashta. Because Vidyut is Strilinga, we are saying Drishta Nashta. Okay, because it comes as an adjective for the Vidyut. That is why it is in Strilinga. Astu. So Visheshana Ubhaya Pada Karmadharaya.
Yes. Vidyut kimartam कीदृशं विभक्तयति?
Prathama Vibhakti here. Vidyut Pidayati. Vidyut is troubling the eyes. Prathama Ekavachana.
How it declines? How it declines?
Sarit Shabda. Takaranta Sarit. Sarit Saritau Sarit.
Astu.
So Strilinga. Takaranta Strilinga. Astu. Okay. Then the next one, Shyamala Mahoday.
Namaste Mahodaya.
Namaste.
गतैः बन्धुभिः विवाहमण्टपः निबिडः आसीत्.
First we'll try the meaning and then we will go for the...
Okay. Gataihi bandhubihi. By the going and coming of the relatives.
Correct. Yeah.
Vivaha mantapaha nibidaha asit. So that vivaha mandapa, that mandapa, that for the that wedding, marriage, marriage mandapa is nibidaha. Nibidaha is
crowded. It is crowded.
Crowded. Crowded. Okay. It was crowded. Asit, no?
Asit.
So it was crowded.
Yes. So the wedding pavilion was crowded with relatives who were coming and going. Gata gataihi.
Okay. So gata gataihi. Gata cha agataihi.
We will keep the vigraha in prathama. Keep the vigraha vakyam simple. Yes. So let us not bring in vibhakti there.
Okay. Gata cha agata cha.
That is gata
gatai. Taihi.
Then you have to say taihi. First you say gata gataha. Then you say taihi.
Gata agataha cha taihi.
So cha, it's actually for Visheshana Ubhaya Pada, we don't have to use. Okay, so not required. Okay, so we will see in Dvandva we use cha. So Ramaha cha, Lakshmanaha cha there. So let us not confuse. So let us not use cha. Simply two Visheshanas put together. Gataha, agataha. These are the two Visheshana Padam. Gataha, agataha, gata-gataha. Prathama vibhakti. Here in the sentence we use Tritiya, so we say taihi. Okay.
Vivaha mandapah, vivahasya mandapah, vivaha shashti tatpurusha.
Shashti tatpurusha. Vivahasya mantapah, vivaha mantapah, shashti tatpurusha samasa. Correct. Ast. Dhanyavad. Then Kumuda Bhagini.
Namo Namo.
Namaste.
Shukodara Sukumaram Nalini Patram.
Nalini is lotus, Kamala.
Lotus leaf.
Correct.
Shukodara, parrot's beak, Sukumaram, beautiful.
Parrot's udara is what?
Lip.
No. Udara is belly, the stomach.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay, Sukumaram is soft.
Soft, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So the lotus leaf is as delicate as a parrot's belly.
Parrot's belly. Yeah. Okay.
So now the samasta padam.
So Shukodara, Shupasya Udaraha.
Correct.
That is Shashti Tatpurusha Samasa.
Correct. Yes.
Shukasya Udaraha Iva Sukumar. Vishana-purvapada karmadhara. Vishana-uttarapada karmadharaya.
Eva comes, it is Upamana.
Upamana-purvapada.
So use Upama,
Upamana-purvapada karmadharaya. Then Nalini Patram. Nalinyaha Patram. Again Shakti Tatpurusha. Nalinyayam Patram.
Nalinyaha Patram. That's all. Shashti
Tatpurusha.
Leaf of lotus. So Shukasya Udaraha, Shukodaraha. So the belly of Shuka. Then Shukodaraha iva Sukumaraha. You can also keep in masculine. Here I've kept in Napumsakalinga because Patram is Napumsakalingam. We have Shukodara Sukumaram. Okay, so Shukadaraha iva as delicate as the belly of a parrot. That is Upamana-purvapada. Okay, so whenever you have this Eva, remember it is Upamana-purvapada or Upamana-uttarapada. There only you use the Eva. You do a comparison. Then Nalini Patram is direct Shashti. So Nalinyaha Patram, Nalini Patram. Dhanyavadaha Bhagini. Anybody else? Prakash Mohini Mahodaya.
Namo Namaha.
Namaste Bhagini.
Sugandhi Shitalaha Manda Marutaha Tapam Shamayati. The fragrant cool air, cool soft air
Shitala is cold. Yeah, cool breeze, whatever.
Who's the temperature?
So Manda Maruta is also there. See, finally the Marutaha Tapam Shamayati. Maruta is the wind or the breeze, whatever you say. So the wind. Manda Marutaha. So that which is very slow, no, which blows very slowly. And Sugandhi Shitalaha. It is with fragrance and it's cool.
So
okay. So there are three adjectives for that. So for Maruta, you have three adjectives here. One is Manda, which is very gentle. You can say gentle. And then Sugandha is fragrant and Shitala is cool. So the fragrant and cool, gentle breeze relieves the heat. Marutaha tapam shamayati.
Sugandha eva Shital. Sugandhi Shitalaha.
Why Sugandhi eva Shitalaha? Which means your
it is fragrant.
Is it fragrant and cool, or is it cool that is fragrant?
Fragrant and cool.
Correct. So it is
Sugandha cha Shitala.
So it is a Visheshana Ubhaya Padam. So Vadatu.
Visheshana Ubhaya Padam, yes.
So we will not use cha, we will keep the cha away. So let's forget cha. Simply use the two Visheshanas. Sugandhihi. Sugandhihi Shitalaha. Yes. Sugandhihi Shitalaha. Sugandhi Shitalaha. So Visheshana Ubhayapada Karmadharaya. Then you have Manda Maruta.
Eva Maruta. Manda Maruta Eva. The wind is slow. Cool.
So you are making a comparison between Manda and Maruta. Only if you make some comparison.
So it is. This is also Visheshan Purva.
Exactly. It is just a Visheshana.
Maruta.
So for the Maruta, this Manda is just a Visheshana. Okay, so there is no Eva and all that, right? So Mandaha Marutaha, Manda Marutaha. It's a simple. Visheshana Purvapada Karmadharaya. Okay, so try to identify if it is a Visheshana or you are trying to make some comparison, right? So first think about that and then we will see what, you should think what type of Karmadharaya it is. Okay, so Mandaha Marutaha, Manda Marutaha. Dhanyavadaha. Dhanyavada. Okay, the next one. Annie Mary Mahoday.
Namaste.
Namaste Bhagini.
Yaha tatra madhuram geetam akashavaanyam ashrunavam.
Correct.
Madhuram geetam. Should have been a Madhura Geetam.
You can make it as Madhura Geetam. Madhuram Geetam, Madhura Geetam. What kind of samasa?
Visheshana Purvapadam.
Correct. It's a Visheshana. For Geetam, Madhura is a Visheshana. So, Visheshana Purvapada samasa. You can make a samasa here. Madhuram Geetam, Madhura Geetam. Okay, so you can make it as a single word. Yes. Then any other samasta pada?
Akashavanyam. Akashasya Vani and Saptami Vibhakti feminine Tasyam
is okay, but Akashat Vani is what, so it is from the sky. So Akashat Udbhava Vani is Akashavani, that which is from the sky, no? Akashasya Vani ityukte, then it is a Vani of the sky. So we say it is Akashat Udbhava Vani, that which is originating from the Akasha. That is Akasha Vani. So we have a Panchami Tatpurusha.
Here is also Tasyam Panchami.
Yeah. Vani is yeah. So yeah, Akasha Vanyam Ashru. So I heard on the radio. Okay. So Madhuram Geetam, you can make a samasa there.
Akashavani, okay, Tasyam. Akashavani Tasyam, yes, okay.
Sunita Mahoday.
Chaitre Mase शुक्लायां नवम्यां पुनर्वसौ नक्षत्रे रामः अवातरत् चैत्रमासे in चैत्रमासा शुक्लायां नवम्यां शुक्लनवमी दिने पुनर्वसौ नक्षत्रे रामः अवतरत् born
incarnated
avatar.
So here there is no samastapada actually, but we will try to make some samasa to make the sentence shorter. So chaitre mase, so can we make chaitra masa, what is chaitra masa is what kind of samasa?
Chaitre mase,
no, forget
saptam.
That is okay, this is given in saptami, but if you want to make if you want to make a samasa between the word chaitra and masa, how can we make a samasa?
Ubhaya pada pradana chaitra masa.
Ubhaya, they are not vishesha, both are not visheshana, no? So just forget how this is related in the sentence. Take chaitra is the name of the masa, and take masa. If you want to make a samasa, like what will we make it? Whether it is say is it a upama kind of a samasa, or is it a visheshana, or is it a
visheshana?
Okay, otherwise
chaitra iti mache.
That is
Ayodhya
okay. Appropriate, right? So we will try to make a Sambhavana-purvapada. Chaitra iti masaha, chaitra masaha. So you can make one compound word, so you can say chaitra mase as one single word instead of saying chaitre mase. You can make it short saying chaitra mase. Okay, then I'm not indicating the vibhakti here. Okay, so let us wait. Simply I'm taking two words and trying to make a samasa out of it. Okay, then shuklayam navamyam is given, so shukla and navami, can we put them together?
Shukla navami.
Shukla navami is one, or I have given here shukla pakshika navami, so the shukla pakshasya navami. Okay, the shukla pakshasya navami, shukla navami, that can be one karmadharaya samasa. Okay, so this can be one kind of samasa where you say shukla navami. When you say shukla navami, it is as if it is white navami. So I thought of including this word paksha. So shukla pakshika navami means that navami which falls on the shukla paksha. So it is shukla navami. You can make a samasa there also as shukla navami. Then punarvasau nakshatre, can we make a samastapadam between punarvasu and nakshatra?
Like Ayodhya iti nagare punarvasu iti nakshatra.
Exactly. So punarvasu iti nakshatram, punarvasu nakshatram, you can make one samastapada there. Now you have chaitra masaha, you have shukla navami, you have punarvasu nakshatram. So further, can you compound these compound words? So chaitra masaha is there, shukla navami is there. Can you make a compound between chaitra masa and shukla navami?
Chaitra masasya shukla navami.
That's all. Chaitra masasya shukla navami, chaitra masa shukla navami, shashti tatpurusha. Now we have four words we have made into one single word. So chaitre mase shuklamyam navamyam is now one word. Chaitra masa shukla navami, right? Again, now with chaitra masa shukla navami, can you make a samasa with punarvasu nakshatra?
Chaitra masa shukla navamyam punarvasu nakshatra.
Exactly. So there is a saptami tatpurusha. So that punarvasu which falls on chaitra masa shukla navami. Okay, so chaitra masa shukla navamyam punarvasu nakshatram is chaitra masa shukla navami punarvasu nakshatram iti dirgham samastapadam. So now you can simply say chaitra masa shukla navami punarvasu nakshatre Ramaha avatarat. It will still give the same meaning, right? So now what we did was, we have lot of words in the sentence. We are trying to build samastapada out of two words, and finally out of those compound words that we built, we are trying to make further one big compound word. So finally the sentence will have only three words now. Chaitra masa shukla navami punarvasu nakshatre Ramaha avatarat. That will be the sentence.
Sarpaha mrinala shitalaha iti prativeshikaha vadati. Prativeshikaha, they have given us the man in the opposite house or person in the opposite house.
Okay.
Mrinala is the stem of lotus plant.
Lotus, yes.
So the snake is a cold-blooded animal, like the coldness of the stem of a lotus plant.
Okay.
The man in the opposite house says that the snake is as cold as the stem of the lotus plant.
Okay, the snake is as cool as a lotus stalk, says the neighbor. Prativeshikaha vadati. Okay, fine. Artha is fine.
So, Mrinala Shitalaha is the Samastapadam.
Correct.
Mrinala Iva Shitalaha Upamana-purvapada karmadharaya.
Correct. So, Mrinalaha Iva Shitalaha Mrinala Shitalaha. Correct, Bhagini. Dhanyavadaha. The next one. Sampurnam Mahoday.
Bhagini.
Ha. Next one.
Palashasya korakaha balenduhu iva vakraha iti kalidasaka varnayati. Palashasya korakaha palasha korakaha.
So what is the meaning? So koraka is a bud. So first the meaning.
Balenduhu iva vakra. Bale Induhu iva sikila kadam balendu vakra.
Wait, that is right meaning of the word first, because only if you give the artha, it is easy for you to make the samasta padam.
That palashasya korakaha, that buds of that
palasha tree. Correct.
Tree. Balendu iva vakra. That is bended. Is that bended?
Vakra means yes, curved or it's bent. Okay. Like what? Like the balendu.
Balendu. Kalidasaga varnayati.
So Kalidasa describes. He describes the buds of the palasha. They look as if they are curved as the moon, the crescent moon. That is balendu. Okay, so they are in that shape. The buds are in the shape of a crescent moon. Says Kalidasa is the meaning of the sentence. So what did you say?
Palashasya korakaha, palasa korakaha.
Palasha korakaha. Shashti tatpurusha. Then
Balenduhu iva vakraha, balendu vakraha. Upamana-purvapada karmadharaya.
Then balendu, is it a samasta padam?
Balendu, Induhu Bhagini. Then we have to take Induva.
No, that is right. Balenduhu iva vakraha, balendu vakraha that is fine. I'm still breaking down it further. I mean, there is one samasta pada inside that only. In balendu iva vakraha, you have a samasta padam. Balenduhu is a samasta padam. Balaha induhu, balenduhu. Okay, so we are just trying to find out how many samasta padas are there. Balaha induhu, balenduhu, which is a visheshana purvapada. And as you rightly said, balenduhu iva vakraha means balendu vakraha, which is a upamana-purvapada karmadharaya. I have not added palashasya korakaha, palasha korakaha. I will add it in post. Okay, so shashti tatpurusha. That is also correct. Palashasya korakaha, palasha korakaha. Astu bhagini. Dhanyavadaha. The next one. Kumuda bhagini.
पृथ्वी न कन्दुकः इव वर्तुला किन्तु ध्रुवप्रदेशयोः ईशदवघट्टिता इति वैज्ञानिकानां सिद्धान्तः. difficult, ma'am. I'll try. Prithvi is not round like the earth.
Okay. Not round like ball. Not
ball. Sorry. Earth is not round like the ball.
Kanduk. Yeah.
Kintu Dhruva Pradeshayoho Ishadava-ghattita.
So it is flattened. It looks as if it is flattened. Dhruva Pradesha is the pole, the North Pole, South Pole, we say, no? So it is not exactly like a Kanduka. Prithvi, na Kanduka haiva Vartula means round.
Vartula
it is not round.
It's
not like that, like a Kanduka. in the shape of a kanduka. But kintu dhruva pradeshayoho, at the dhruva pradesha, the poles, at the poles north and south pole, ishad avaghattita, it is flattened, okay, little, it's flattened a little, iti vaijnanikanam siddhantah, that is the siddhanta of the scientist.
Yeah,
yes.
Theory of the scientist. Yeah.
Yes.
So
let's see the meaning. So we can see what are the samasta. So it's not perfectly spherical like a ball, but slightly flattened at the poles.
Ishad avaghattita is how to take it. Okay. Prithvi na kandukaha iva vartula. Kanduka vartula will be one samasta padam. Kandukaha iva vartula, so that will be Vishana Purvapada. Oh, Upamana-purvapada.
Have Iva, you are comparing.
Yeah, Upamana, sorry ma'am.
Upamana-purvapada.
Karmadharaya.
Yes.
Then Dhruva Pradeshayoho. Dhruvayoho Pradeshayoho. Because there are two poles, or Dhruvasya Pradeshaha Tayoho.
Dhruvasya Pradeshaha is one, but normally I prefer Dhruvaha iti Pradeshaha, Dhruva Pradeshaha. Okay. It's the pole. Okay, so it's a Sambhavana. Dhruvasya Pradesha ityapi bhavati. Okay. So Tayoho.
Ishad avaghattita. That I don't think there is a samasta padam there. Vaijnanikanam siddhantah, Vaijnanika siddhantah. So that will be
Shashti
Tatpurusha.
Okay, fine. So Vaijnanikanam siddhantah, Vaijnanika siddhantah, Shashti Tatpurusha. Okay, so thank you, Bhagini. Then the last one, last question.
Chandaha Shaila iva unnataha. Santah Shaila iva unnataha. Kintu na karkashaha. Te ativa mridavaha. Santah, great men. Shaila iva unnataha. They are taller like hills. Parantu, kintu, but na karkasha. They are not hard.
Okay.
But te ativa mridavaha. They are very soft.
Okay. So unnata, literally we don't take it as the tallness, but we compare the broad-mindedness.
Greatness.
Mahima.
Yes.
Okay. So find out the samasta padam. So the meaning is
Shaila iva.
Okay.
Shaila unnata. Shaila unnataha. Shaila iva.
Shaila iva unnataha. Shailonnataha. You have to do a sandhi there. Shailonnataha. That's a Upamana-purvapada.
Upamana-purvapada karmadharaya.
Yes.
Into na karkasha. Ativa, ati
na karkashaha. No, ativa is ativa is avyaya padam. There is no sandhi there. I mean no samasa.
Na karkasha naitat purusha.
Okay, so you can say akarkashaha. Okay, naitat purusha. Tavadeva. Yes, so this examples are over. Okay, so we have completed karmadharaya. So tomorrow your Friday's class has been preponed to tomorrow. So you will have a class tomorrow at 11 o'clock. So please join. There is no class on Friday. Okay, we will try to complete Dvandva and Dvigu tomorrow. Okay, so dhanyavadaha. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukha bhag bhavet. Dhanyavadaha.
Dhanyavadaha.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.